How are we, hunters? I am Dire Draconis, and this is my first voice video. First of many, because I want to keep doing videos and getting closer to you guys, so this channel is more personal and fun. But I want to say, I made this Churchblade tutorial because some of you asked, and I always want to help as much as I can and more. Give me any feedback you can, I will take it, and I will keep improving for you. So, enjoy, try to learn, and let's get into it. Well, so let's start. First of all, what we first have to think about is the Phials. The Phials are up there to the left, and the best movement to charge them is holding circle and then releasing and using either triangle or triangle plus circle to chain. Anyways, the Phials can get either red, yellow or bright red. In this case they got yellow because it's like the light load, no? If you have the skill load shells like me, you will load 5. If you don't have it, you will load 3. And if you load 5 again, they overcharge, okay? That will be very important to charge our shield or execute special attacks. Now, let's see what happens if you overcharge the Phials and you get the bright red on the sword. You bounce, and bouncing is obviously not good because it will interrupt combos and such. Now we have two ways of charging our shield. The first one is the newest one, which is just holding circle after charging, which I don't like that much. And then we will have the old style way, in which you will interrupt your AED with your special attack button, in my case the R2, to transform the axe in the middle of the attack, which will be way better because it will let you mix your attack with your combos and everything and load your Phials faster. Now one little pro tip. We will start by holding circle and releasing the circle to charge the Phials. And as you can see, after charging the Phials, we keep trying to load them up. Why? Because we are gonna use the old style shield charging. That's why I told you that it's good for comboing and mixing, because now when you charge, you hit again, you can load your Phials and have the shield with all the Phials charged, and even if you were having the Phials in yellow, you could have gotten them red and a straight up charge. That's very good for combat flow. And now to charge the blade and stop the bouncing, you will need to charge and then hold triangle instead of circle. Same as the shield but with triangle. And now, as you can see, you will be able to keep hitting your adversary without having to worry about bouncing, so you can keep comboing and transforming your axe back into sword and shield without any kind of worry, preoccupation that you are gonna die because it's gonna bounce or something. The next important step will be getting the power axe mode or chainsaw mode, however you wanna call it, which will be very important because it will reduce the usage of your Phials in every AED by half. And you can get it by stabbing a wound like here, or by executing a perfect counter. Now that we have a little bit of everything, let's get into the axe mode, where we Churchblade users truly shine in DPS. So there is two kind of attacks, the horizontal ones that we will perform by using, in my case, circle, and the vertical ones that we will, in my case, perform using the triangle. And in both cases, we need to hold the button we are using in order to do all those cheap numbers that you see in the Savage mode. You will probably have heard many times that the circle ones or the horizontal ones are the best movements, and they are kinda right because they can link the AED moves very well, but the vertical ones are also very good to cut combos and to be able to move properly after doing your DPS. So all the movements are good as long as you use them as you see fit. And now we are seeing how we can link those circle movements with the double AED in order to deliver a ton of damage. Now let me show you the most versatile tactic. Let's start by triangle and circle, and let's do double AED with another circle, and we swap back to sword and shield mode, and doing this repeatedly will let us do the most comfy combo. Just spamming your double special attack and going back into safe form will let you perform a ton of DPS, go back to tanky mode, and thanks to going back to sword and shield mode, we are loading more Phials indefinitely. which, if you have the focus skill, will obviously make of this an infinite combo. One little last tip is that you can go into axe mode after loading your files by pressing circle. I recommend pressing circle repeatedly because the game at the start doesn't really recognize when you do it and you need to learn the timing a little bit. But you will be able to do it, and many people skip and sleep on this. But this is a very useful tip because many times you will be with your files about to get bright red and you don't want to be having to charge your sword or anything, and you just want to keep hitting. And sometimes you are loading, but you see a very important or good opportunity in which you can deal a lot of damage and you want to use this. Trust me, this is very good, don't sleep on this. For the last part of the video, we will get in elemental mode. So let's recap a bit of everything as we need it. So let's load the files, but we open a wound, always use it to power up your axe mode, as we probably always need it. And now we keep loading the files, we charge the files, but we do not charge the shield yet, because we want to charge everything at once. We go back, triangle, triangle plus circle, we interrupt, and charge the shield, now charge everything, and now let's do the elemental special attacks. We do the same as before, AED, double AED, and now SAED, the mythical most potent charge blade attack. I recommend that you only use the SAED for monsters that are truly very weak when it comes to element, because for monsters that have only certain spots with elemental weakness like Seregios in the legs, it's preferred to do double AED even if it's an elemental charge blade. But for monsters that you can exploit fully, when talking about element like Gravios, which you will do a ton of damage to, AED plus Sayed when you can, skipping the double one, which you can do, will be the best, as SAED is always powered up by a previous AED. Now I would like to show you some attacks that you can use for mobility, like the focus strike to launch forward to the monster, or the circle plus moving your joystick to the sides for the sword and shield, and now with the X mode you can use the triangle plus moving to the sides for better lateral movement, avoiding monsters. You can also use them to target monster parts better, or in my opinion one of my favorites is to position yourself to deliver a better AED plus Sayed so your files can land in the exact place where you want them to land, because as you might know, monsters have a higher or lower elemental weakness depending on the part. So if you want to exploit fully your charge blade damage, that's gonna be the true way to go. It's gonna improve your gameplay a lot, so use it.